stuff too, right? Because I think that's just the way the world works. If I'm seeking external validation, I have to also take on those. Let's see if people would let me lie. Why would you want people to let you lie? So I just try to validate myself and remind myself that, you know, some days when I wake up and I look in the mirror, I'm probably not going to like what I see. And then some days I will. I've just understood that. Yeah, but at the same time, like, I understand that, but I'm also never going to be, there's always going to be someone more attractive than the next person, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Irene. I hate falling into those traps where, like, people say things like, oh, I was with you, because I'm like, I don't know what this is for, like, I agree, you do have to remember where the bad stuff comes from, but I also don't need, like, if somebody puts you on a pedestal, right, if someone's giving you constant validation and then that is the only thing that makes you feel good, if that constant flow of validation goes away, then you're automatically going to suffer, because that is the thing that's giving you validation. That is the thing that's making you feel good. However, if your main source of happiness and your main source of validation is from yourself, or even your closest, nearest and dearest friends, then if this external source of validation goes away, you're not going to feel less than yourself, because it's not your main priority of validation, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if I'm articulating that quite well. Have fun, I do, but maybe just stay inside. I know you get best friends and things that are so nice. Can I at least read your message? What message? I disagree. I think that women are held to a higher standard. No, absolutely not. He would never let me do that. Sorry, no thank you. I think that stuff is such a scam. I need to get Botox though, because, like, my eyebrows are drooping. Suit and tie type guy. No, I don't want to talk, but thank you. Appreciate you reaching out. I've never dated a suit and tie type of guy, but do you know what I want? I have written out a list in my phone, because I've just been so, I think, just disappointed. I wouldn't even say heartbroken. I've been so disappointed by the men that I've let into my life that now I have a list of things that are just the stock standard bare minimum requirements for me. And they're not even like crazy things that you would think are like, oh, I want him to pay for everything. It's literally like consideration. I want my time to be considered. I want my opinion to be considered. I want like a gentleman. I want somebody who doesn't feel like communicating or talking through my emotions is too much, you know? Thank you for the roses. I do, and I want just somebody who makes me genuinely happy. I think that being nonchalant can also be a curse, and that's with any attribute in life, but also it's based off of compatibility. So there's nothing wrong with being nonchalant. I just think that someone who is nonchalant is probably not that compatible for me. Oh, why Farticus? I don't think girls ruin gentlemen, and I don't think girls really go for bad boys. It's not a thing anymore. Do you know, feel, and especially you got to talk about age brackets, because I know, yeah, younger girls, the dangerous boy, like, it's naughty, but as you get older and more mature and you're actually looking for a like substantial relationship, you're just not looking for those things. No, it was just one, and I was really young. I disagree. I'd love for a nice guy. But people are just assuming that guys are being rejected based off just being the nice guy. There's a lot more things that women consider when looking for a partner, and it's not really got anything to do with being the nice guy. It's personality attributes, whether we can see ourselves raising a family with you, because for us, we don't look just, oh yeah, this person's the next person. It's like, if we're going to date somebody, we need to see the long term and the longevity and whether we're going to get to this next stage of life with this person. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I know. I've had a rough time, let me tell you, but now it's just, it's never going to happen. Oh, thank you. I'm never settling ever again. Yeah, 6 foot's like always a good height. But what makes you think that they finish last? Like, what about being a nice guy is finishing last because they're not getting the girl that they're chasing and then they end up with somebody else? Because that's kind of insulting to that woman. Do you know what I mean? Of course you can follow me. Guys, don't forget to double tap. Please don't prove I'm right. And please. This song, it's stuck in my head. Yeah, but a nice guy can still be dominant. I agree very much. This is how I view it, right? I prefer my man to be only affectionate and loving towards me, and I dislike when they, like, I want to be an outlier. I don't want to be treated the same as everybody else. I don't want to be put in the same category as everybody else. Do you know what I mean? I want to be separated from everybody else, treated completely different to everybody else, put above everybody else, and I would do the same for my man. Do you know what I mean? So that is why that energy I expect to be reciprocated. So if I'm not getting that level of basically love, compassion, and caring, then not interested. I disagree. I hate people who say no to me. No, I don't even want him to love everybody else. Like, no. Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I don't want a guy who does everything I say, but I do want I do think that, I mean, it depends on love languages. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just really depends on what each individual person considers their ideal type. Well, I've never not respected somebody for doing the things that I've requested them to do. Actually, I respect them less when they don't do the things that I've asked. And also, if I feel that I'm being let down, for example, if I've asked something to be done and they've just said no, then I will begin to feel very distant from this person. Of course, I would respect a person, but I respect any man who does anything for his woman. If your woman is your main priority and your woman is the first person you think of when you wake up and the last person you think of before you go to sleep, then I have the utmost respect for you. You were raised right, in my opinion. Gotta go.